I hate the thing because it makes me look like a SoundCloud rapper, and it's bad enough already. I'm on YouTube. The thing about the beef between Elon Musk and Sam Altman is this is the largest tech drama ever since, like, the Facebook, when Zuckerberg just stole the entire business. And today it is quite fun to follow because there are two billionaires crashing with each other on Twitter, and one of them owns Twitter and still gets triggered every time they start a discussion. And it's just sort of surreal to see him in court. But when I first heard that Elon Musk co-founded OpenAI, it was already quite crazy. As usual, Elon does everything at once, like even manages to get in and out of White House, and for him to also co-found the largest tech company, or potentially the largest tech company, that was honestly insane. It's almost like he owns the entire internet and the entire human technology. They made him go through the detector. Do you think he could bring something to the courtroom besides Kath? The guy in the elevator just waits for him to come by.
So you could have made Google. We could have made something.
I don't understand what's going on because I'm watching a random, like an entirely random tweet by Elon Musk right now, which he posted like 17 hours ago, and just the moment I said it, it was sort of shocking to know. The first line that Elon Musk found at OpenAI, he's literally posting a video where he says he would have made something similar to Google. Like, the guy just does not have enough of a resource. The only problem that Elon Musk has is he cannot clone himself, because he would own everything. I guess neither comments on the court and all the process, which would be fun for them to go through disputes and keep throwing stuff at each other on Twitter, but that's a bit too much to ask for because the lawyers wouldn't be happy. Musk claims OpenAI violated its original mission to operate as a non-profit focused on developing artificial intelligence for the benefit of humanity, which is quite a blurry claim because ChatGPT is sort of free. What would you consider the benefit of humanity? Like, if you ask humanity, if you ask most people who are losing jobs, I don't think they have benefited that much. And by the way, if you care about finding great music to play, you should check out my alt rock drops. The link is right below. OpenAI has brushed off Musk's allegations as a case of sour grapes aimed at undercutting its rapid growth and bolstering Musk's own XAI, which he launched in 2023 as a competitor. XAI is quite a powerful competitor, by the way. I mean, if you are technically affiliated with Microsoft, which OpenAI is, it's hard for you to compete with anyone or anything on Earth because your products suck. I understand why Elon is traumatized. It's not just about he used to co-found something and then it went profitable, or should I say for profit, but it's way deeper. It's like he lost a share in a very big and a very important company. So I can relate to this trauma, like I can feel his pain, but all the claims like you're supposed to be non-profits, it's a bit ridiculous. It's like, yeah, you gotta go through the court and claim everything you have to claim, but the point about non-profit for profit makes absolutely zero sense. And don't forget that if Elon would keep his stake in OpenAI and it would go for profit, he would never ever control this. He'd never have the major stake. He probably wouldn't be the CEO. I'm pretty sure he would try to also become the CEO of OpenAI, but you get the idea. It would never have become his own toy, which XAI is. He obviously did not control anything because OpenAI had Sam Altman and Ilya Sutskever. I hope I read that one right. Which is like a plenty of folks who understand the thing way better and they control the company. And this was really not the game that you wanted to play if you were Elon Musk. And here's another fun number, which is Zilis wrote that OpenAI is likely to realize this week that $5 million in funding for the quarter was on hold and will likely have a big psychological impact on them if they found out. It was really about the very small sums of cash. Imagine what's $5 million for OpenAI today. It's probably what one developer costs. Zilis messaged Musk to ask if he wanted her to remain close with the team there or take some distance. And this is a fun point because if Elon wanted OpenAI to simply join Tesla, which is pretty much Elon's style, he might have been just outplayed by Sam Altman. And this is a logic that I would 100% buy for Elon to simply fund a small team and try keeping it in control and then just merge it with Tesla, because you always need to add up to the value of your stock. And the entire thing simply did not work out. And maybe if he could just leave OpenAI alone and claim some voting rights or just make it for profit and claim his stake, it would have worked out out differently. Close and friendly, but we are going to actively try to move 3 or 4 people from OpenAI to Tesla, he replied. More than that will join our team, but we won't actively recruit them. It reminds me of the Apple Adobe drama when Adobe tried to pull some folks out of Apple, because talent actually matters. It doesn't really make a difference if you are merging with a company or you're just taking the entire stuff over to yours. And if we are being honest, if we had the opportunity to just pull the folks out and offer them way higher salaries in Tesla, and he had about the same amount of time, he probably had the code bases and stuff. If that thing happens, then it's sort of unfair to keep chasing OpenAI today after 8 or 9 years. And here's another interesting point. Musk, who testified earlier in the trial, said Andrew Karpathy, who left OpenAI to lead Tesla's autopilot efforts, was already going to leave the nonprofit, and that Musk wasn't actually luring people to join Tesla. I do not buy that, but it makes a lot of sense for Elon to try funding this small nonprofit company focusing on AI. They did not even know what it's going to be, purely to get some tech and developers for the Tesla's autopilot. If Elon was simply focused on what the autopilot could look like, then it better explains his interest of not sort of being like a tech guru who was 10 years ahead of us and saw the future, but simply thought that it could be cool for the autopilot. Instead, Musk started a competing AI venture, xAI, in 2023. He merged that business with SpaceX earlier this year. Musk said Wednesday that xAI is now known as SpaceX AI. This is a really, really bad name. One thing we should respect Elon for is, after everything happened, after he realized he lost like a very, very big thing, and OpenAI seems like it's impossible to catch up with, he still started a company almost from scratch. He would probably have a huge pool of developers and all the resources, but still, he didn't just start throwing lawsuits. He was like, okay, I'm gonna outcompete you. And halfway through, I realize who Zilis is. She served on OpenAI's board from 2020 to 2023 after Musk had already left the company. The pair had several children together during this period, though Zilis testified that Musk's involvement was initially kept secret. And this is just ridiculous, because why would Elon have an affair with everybody? First, and second, how could he possibly influence the OpenAI's board through his girlfriend, or call it whatever you want? This is just ridiculous. She signed a non-disclosure agreement with Musk and agreed on complete confidentiality, partly to protect the children from the security risk that can come from being associated with Musk, but also because he wasn't initially planning to be an active father to her children. It sounds like I'm reading a screenplay for a Turkish drama series. How did we get from the problem of OpenAI going for profit to the issue of Elon Musk not planning to be an active father and potentially using his girlfriend to influence the OpenAI board? Whenever it comes to Elon, look for, the romantic aspect. I did not know who this female is. I swear to God, I've never heard about her. Okay, she's a venture capitalist, whatever. Grimes was always better. And here's another thing. Brockman, a co-founder of OpenAI and defendant in Musk's lawsuit. I'm not sure how many co-founders OpenAI has. Well, if they did not have an adequate corporate structure, then I guess everybody is a co-founder. When he rejected a proposal for Musk to have more say in the company, Musk's mood abruptly changed. I actually thought he was going to hit me, Brockman said, referring to Musk. The meeting ended shortly thereafter, Brockman said, with Musk announcing that he would start withholding funding from OpenAI, which he had been backing since it started in 2015. But I guess it was just too late for Musk to use funding as leverage, because as you grow, you accumulate more and more value, especially if you're ready to go for profit. Lawyers for OpenAI showed text messages from August 2017 between Sutskever and Brockman that said, "Will a Model 3 make you be willing to accept massively unfavorable terms?" This is a ridiculous attempt to bribe anybody with a car, and Model 3 was not that great. How can you possibly bribe anybody with your own car that you make? Brockman testified that Zilis informed she had twins, but that he only found out later from public reports that Musk was the father. You can sort of imagine that Indian movie scene when someone finds out who the father is. Whoa.